Hey Naturally Curly World, I'm Kiana. This is the series called Watch and Go, where we wash our hair and review what we watched. However, today it's going to be a review of what we read, The Hate You Give.
So, my name is Alexandra, and we will be reviewing this book and sharing what we thought about it and why everyone should read this book and see the movie when it comes out. So, I will be using Design Essentials Almond and Avocado Shampoo and Conditioner. Then I'm going to use the Kinky Curly Not Today Leave-In, followed by Two Girls with Curls Hair Lotion, which is great for adding some slip. And my go-to for these defined popping curls is the ORS Styling Smoothie.
Okay, today I'm going to be washing my hair with Clairol Shimmer Lights shampoo. I do dye my hair blonde, if you can't tell. So this will get rid of some of that brassiness. I will condition my hair with Curl Girl Unstressed. It's actually a deep moisturizing mask. I use it as kind of an everyday conditioning treatment. Then I use Olaplex as a leave-in after I'm done shampooing and conditioning my hair. And then I scrunch my hair a little bit with Miss Jessie's Multicultural Curls.
So we're gonna go wash our hair and we'll be right back.
So The Hate You Give, the main character is Star Carter. She's a 16-year-old high school student, and she basically is code switching between two different environments, which is the hood that she grew up in and a predominantly white private school that's kind of more in the suburbs. These two worlds kind of collide when she witnesses her best friend Khalil get shot by a white police officer. And the remainder of the book, and by the way, that's not a spoiler because it's on the back of the book. The rest of the book kind of follows the events that lead up to the verdict of the case, which I will not tell you. So Alexandra actually interviewed Angie Thomas, so she's going to talk about that a little bit.
And she really shared the inspiration behind the book, and The Hate You Give is actually from Tupac's Thug Life tattoo. And also, I really liked how she shared just the importance of the multi-dimensional characters that she created. I feel like sometimes, especially people of color, we are seen in the media and we're not accurately represented, and we're definitely not seen in different, just seen in different lights and perspectives.
This book really spoke to me because I study media representation at the University of Texas in graduate school. So when you're looking at things like police brutality and segregation that still exists in today's society, a lot of people, their only experience with people of color or with the hood or police brutality cases is through the media. So the representation that is shown in this book kind of really brings you through what a lot of Americans, what their take is when they see police brutality in the media. They only get the media side of it. So when you read this book, when you really experience it, if you haven't first person.
Now I'm going to apply my leave-in by Kinky Curly Not Today.
And after my Olaplex, I'm going to add Miss Jessie's Multicultural Curl Cream. So there's a lot to talk about in this book. I could probably go on forever, but we are going to break it straight to our favorite characters.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite character?
So as I mentioned earlier, it was Star's mom. I really just admired her resilience and everything that she went through. It was very just like brutally honest on like what happened when Big Mav, her Star's dad, got out of jail. He actually had like a one-night stand with this prostitute, and the lady ended up getting pregnant, and having her child. And
7, right?
Yeah, and that was Star's half brother, but it was just interesting on how the family still accepted him, and the mom accepted him open arms, and I thought that was just real because that is like a very tough situation.
Yeah, I thought it was real, but then I also kind of have a problem with that whole ride or die situation type of like, oh, I'm with you through whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I understand they have kids together, I understand they're married, and I understand that relationships are complicated, but I'm just letting you guys know that
everybody
that romanticizing ride or die isn't like the best thing to do.
Yeah. Who would you say your favorite character was?
That's really hard. I might just be boring and say Star Carter is because she is the main character. We get to know her the best.
Yeah.
But she's also just so complex. I related to her a lot, kind of being like one of the only black kids at my high school, and those feelings of trying to assimilate and like being not Black enough around kind of your Black friends, and being like the token Black person with your white friends.
Now I'm going to add the finishing touch, which is the ORS styling smoothie.
And I'm going to use a touch more of Olaplex just on my bangs.
So my biggest takeaway from The Hate You Give was definitely about using your voice. So towards the end it said, your voice is your weapon, and that really resonated with me because I feel like you can riot, you can burn down buildings, you can be violent, but most importantly, you have your voice, and that's really more powerful than anything.
My biggest takeaway is that all Black lives matter, not just the college students, not just the ones with full-time jobs, not just the ones that have never done drugs. Black trans lives matter, Black disabled bodies matter, Black entrepreneurs / drug dealer, their lives matter too. And I think she does a really good job of portraying that in this book.
So what would you rate it?
I think it's really timely, and it's really important, and it was really easy to read because it really took you there, but I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5.
So yeah, I give it a 5. Yes, because it's so timely, but also because of the storytelling, and I loved how just how vivid her imagination was, and how well she really captured the whole atmosphere and the ambiance of what it's like to grow up Black in America. So what's really cool too is they're also going to be turning this into a movie, which I am really excited about, because if the storytelling was this good for a book, I can only imagine how good it will look on the big screen. And they have casted Amanda Steinberg and Regina King. So I am even more excited to see how this will play out.
And we just kind of wanted to know what you guys think about those casting choices. Also, if you've read the book, if you have anything to say about the book, leave it in the comments.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And we do Watch and Goes every single Wednesday, so make sure you come back next week.
Bye!
Bye!